Hey guys, it's July 27th. This is Vulcan Wolverine or aka Vulcan Wolverine. Um, Another day, another dollar. You know, that's what I say. Um, but it's raining here in my city. I'm not doing too bad. What I set up for my sleeping space is doing pretty good. I woke up. It kind of felt like my face, like I went to sleep. I made this little helmet. I think I've talked about it. It's like a little tin foil tape helmet. What I did is I just took this hat, I put a Walmart bag over it, and then I started kind of just taking the tin foil tape and putting it over the hat and kind of molding it to the hat. Just kept doing it in layers, and then put another Walmart bag on top of that, did it in layers, and it's something I can take on and off of the hat. So I wore that, and then in my sleeping area, I put thermal blankets on top of my copper mesh, and then I did put heavy duty aluminum foil over that, which seems to be blocking out a lot of it, and I got a pretty good night's sleep. Better than usual. It sucks that I have to go to those measures. I'd like to get something more elegant, something that looks better. Because I don't want, we don't want to be associated as tinfoil wearing, loons, but it does work, and it's the cheapest thing. So, if it works and it's the cheapest thing, to protect your body, you sometimes gotta do those things that people aren't gonna understand, and that's okay. I'm willing to do that. It's important. It's important to protect our bodies. I think this is kind of wrapping up soon. We're getting closer, but so it's even more important to protect your body, to buy time. I'm gonna try and get this little thing off the. Okay, good. It didn't do anything to the camera or move the thing. I wanted to say two things. I wanted to do a supplement to my remote neural monitoring ideas. I was saying whenever you're getting V2K and remote neural monitoring, and it's like the V2K is going and saying negative things, and it's like you can kind of control speaking to it, and even that's hard sometimes because they say such awful things. I'll give you an example after I tell you what I figured out to do for it. And nothing's fail safe, so you gotta kind of keep. It's a moving target, so you gotta. And I hate using that terminology, but you gotta keep using things, and trying things that work, to kind of neutralize the psychological torture. But since they are remote neural monitoring, they'll be doing something on V2K, and say you're having negative thoughts towards that, and you can't help your thoughts kind of going towards that, and they say you're crazy, or this guy's crazy, or this guy, for me they know that I like superheroes and I like doing what's right, so they'll say, this guy's evil, he's not a good person, so we can kill him. Like, they'll say stuff like that. It's just unbelievable, but they'll say stuff like that, and I'll be like, are you kidding me? You've attacked my family for no reason, I didn't even know y'all, and you're microwaving me, and shooting all these frequencies and trying to make me look crazy. Are you kidding me that you think you know what evil is? And that, I'll think that. I'll think it, I won't be able to help thinking it. I won't even say it. But now instead, in the last video I said, say no comment, or just say neutral or something like that. What's even better, I find, is just saying no response. Say no response. No response. Keep saying no response until you get it down to where you can just say no, and response will just kind of follow up in your mind. And eventually, we've got to condition ourselves in good ways, because they're trying to condition our minds and psychologically torture us while they physically torture us. So just say, just say no response, no response, and eventually you'll find that you don't have a response to that, and then you can think about other things. I always hear that from TIs. They're like, it's like every thought, they're reacting with the V2K. So we've got to stop the cycle. We've got to stop that endless torture loop in our heads, because they're going to try and respond to it with V2K, either looping or automated, or people really being there and enjoying torture, to your mind. So I find that a good way to break that cycle is just no response, no response, no response, and that can kind of just be we'll have to find a new balancing point, because we can't just have, I had a zit there that I was messing with, like right under my nose. Y'all know those. I'm sorry for getting off the point, but so it's kind of a new kind of balancing point for your mind, where you'll just, if you hear somebody saying something really rancid, like, or they're saying something to you like you're fat, or they don't usually call me fat. They might start. I shaved and I got some stuff under here. I was looking kind of skinny lately. Been eating a lot of fish, so it may be that. But they've been hitting my neck a lot, so I kind of get worried that they're messing with my thyroid glands or something. I don't really worry about it. I guess I'd like to be fat. Maybe it would cushion me from this microwave stuff, right? Trying to be funny. I was trying there. I don't think I succeeded. But it's a good balancing point, to just anything they say, you say, no response, no response. You start finding yourself really having no response, no response, because what I find is any kind of response, even if you're justifying, if you're trying to tell them something logic, if you're trying to think something logic, if you're trying to have a justified thought, angry thoughts, or obviously they're going to take those and just kind of get you in a loop. They want to get you. This is a psychopath's dream, and I said it on the last video, because they can actually wrestle with your thoughts through all this equipment, like through V2K, through microwave hearing, through remote neural monitoring, phrasing, phrasing that's like, microwave frequency shot into your head, where you will actually see, your brain will pick up phrasing, just like you were having a thought. You'll know. To me, it feels artificial, so I know. A lot of people, I'm not sure, comment and tell me if you know it all the time. I feel it. Like, I can feel it. It feels unnatural. It actually hurts my head. It hurts my head, I guess you would say psychically. I guess we're going to have to start kind of speaking in those terms. But it is equipment. It's not somebody going like Charles Xavier. My hat is so dirty. It's not something like that, but it is equipment. It is psychically attacking us, psychologically attacking us. Also microwaving our brains at the same time, because it is microwave energy, electromagnetic frequencies. But I find that no response, think no response, and that's a good one. Neutral is another good one. No comment. No comment is a little bit, no comment is a little bit, I don't know about that one. It sounds a little bit too legal. What they've done, though, is like they've started doing this thing. Like, I just say they were really yelling on there last night, and I kept saying no response, no response, no response, and then I started chanting it. I was chanting in my mind, no response, no response. And somebody who was reading the phrasing back of my thoughts, he was in the background going, and he'd say no respect, no respect, no respect over my no response. So it was like a little bully fight or whatever, about the phrasing and reading what was coming out on the screen to them. And, you know, he was trying to say no respect over no response, and it kind of backfired, and you can't let it do that. You know, you gotta, you know, it's hard for them to keep that up. So if they do that, just be like, all right, well, they're gonna keep on saying that, so they have to actually work. But he started saying no respect, and I got very, very angry, because they say the word respect, because of I insult, there's a fire marshal, I insult the, you know, some of the people doing this to me, and so they're saying no, like I have no respect for them, but I didn't even know these people when they started hurting my family, you know, and I've told y'all what they've done to my family, and they have done that, and then, you know, every night for these people, this certain set of people, for 4.5 years, you know, before that it was like 2.5 years with other people, and then it moved to these people, and they've been my attacking group, and they were saying no respect, no, like I had no respect for them, as if I'm supposed to respect them while they are torturing me, and, you know, microwaving my head. I'm supposed to have respect, not, you know, not say anything mean, especially to the really mean woman on there, because I do say a lot of mean things to her. I don't consider her a woman. I'm nice to every woman, especially the nice woman that I hear on there, even when it's looping or automated or whatever. Sometimes you do respond. It's just natural when you're communicating. And I really don't consider the evil woman, like I don't consider her a human being. And yeah, I don't consider her a woman first, and then I don't consider her a human being. So respect is very hard to come by when somebody's torturing you and they're really into it. And she's like, I mean, they're saying stuff now on the V2K, I guess because they're tired, that's like, you know, it's like he doesn't belong here, and they mean that he doesn't belong on the earth. And then saying, like, you know, we've got to do this, you know, just, we have no choice. We have to do this. So, I mean, I don't get that. I mean, choice is all we have as human beings. Definitely, if you decide to torture somebody for your existence, you know, for your money, and, you know, you have high technology, it's like they find this technology so novel that it's like they're just like, we have no choice. You know, there's lots of money behind it, and it's experimentation, and they just have no choice. You know, I hear a lot from their like this guy will say he's tired. My main organizer, he's like, I'm tired, I want him out of here, and I don't even know what he means. Like, I have no clue. Like, he's so insane, and it's such lunacy just all the time that I have no idea what he means. But anyway, my point for all that is no response is very good. I just told you an example of how it can backfire, but they have to work it. They have to he had to constantly, you know, he was doing that. So if I would have kept on saying no response, he would have kept on saying no respect, and if I wouldn't have reacted to that, I would have been fine. But he said the word respect, and just they watch me when I'm naked, you know, surveilling me when I'm naked, you know, in the bathroom and everything, and all the time. And I mean, you know, what they've done to my family and the charity that I work at. I think the charity is going to be okay, but it's like to put this in the way of some charity. I haven't been able to do as much work as I've wanted to do. I mean, in my case, I've reduced the damage. Like, you know, I've really, really buffered the damage by kind of just doing as much as I can and going to work. But like, my mom really needs me there, and I'm gonna be there for when she needs me. But I mean, I can't imagine if I hadn't been scrambling to do the work and really trying. They wanted me to fail. They wanted that charity to fail because it would just make me look bad. They don't care because there's such big money involved in this, and I guess they don't consider those things important. They don't consider anything important. If they don't consider a charity that works for, you know, cancer kids important, then I don't see what they consider important. Anyway, my point is to think neutral thoughts, because you're not going to win an argument. You're not going to win an argument. I want to say this.